this life you keep on crashing and I keep collapsing. I will lose my faith. Safety ain't gone down, and it's risk for long till I'm on one. Life a movie, it's a marathon.
Gamble Factory, what is going on? We are back for another stream. It's your boy ZROB, as always, and Coach T Posey. Follow us on Twitter if you have not yet. Fresh off a 5-1 stream, our first stream back, so that was huge. Definitely good to see some cash coming through on our first stream back on Monday. 5-1. I can't even remember. Oh, Tyreek Hill sold us. He got hurt in the first quarter. So that's a tough L to take. He's my favorite play too. So, but super excited. Absolutely loving tonight's game, despite it only being like a 34-point total. So I'm super excited to talk some NFL. I think we'll get some NBA talking on this stream as well. So maybe we can cook up that 25x that's been elusive from the stream. So we were super close on Monday. Tyler, how are you feeling about today?
I actually kind of like this slate as well. I put out an NBA slip this morning. It kind of got it done pretty early. Just there's a lot more lines that I like to see. I found some pretty good NFL props I like pretty quickly this morning as well. They kind of stuck out at me. So it seems to be a pretty good slate for props until the game starts, and then it just all completely blows up in our face. But
No
you
way.
gotta.
Nah. It's not blowing up in our face today. I'm expecting good things only. So, do you want to get us started off today?
Let's do it. I'm gonna go grab Mr. Quentin Johnson first. I do think we're in a good spot here tonight. He's been getting some more work as of late. I get it that you don't have Justin Herbert here for him, but he's still been a little bit more active, and especially now that Keenan Allen's also not going to be playing, that kind of puts him back into a good target range because Keenan Allen's seeing a ton of work each and every day or each and every week, so that's nice to get that back. I think Palmer's coming back and playing tonight, correct?
Yeah.
So that might even help alleviate some of the pressure on this guy over Johnson. So I wanted to take his 2.5 receptions, but they removed that from Prizepicks just a little bit before the stream. I'm going to take his 30.5 yards, I believe is what it is. It was 29.5, which obviously I liked as well. But I'm going to take the 30.5 here. I think they're probably they're going to be underdogs tonight. Him and Stick had a couple long balls in a row last week, so they got a little bit of a connection. So I don't really mind this one too much. I know it's Easton Stick, and it sounds terrifying to trust him, but 30.5 yards is not much of anything for a guy like Johnson, who's grabbing 3 or 4 targets a week, and one of those being a long ball week. So he threw a 57-yarder last week. So Stick's got some arm. He can throw it deep, and they're going to they're going to give Johnson a chance to take one deep shot per game. And get more targets as well. So I like this one a lot.
I mean, plus looking at all these lines, man, they're just so low. I get it because of the low total. I personally think we go over the 34 and a half total. I think we get some offense tonight. I mean, I know these teams like to disappoint sometimes, but I mean these lines are just so low. It won't take a whole lot really to really cash these, you know. So
Yeah, it's not like these defenses are elite.
not at all, not at all. Um, I'm gonna stay on the side of the ball. Quinn Johnson's teammate, and that's Austin Eckler. I'm really liking his receiving yards. It's bumped up a little bit too, but I mean he's hit this in 6 of 10 this year. In his career, or at least in the last couple seasons without Keenan Allen, Eckler has covered this in 6 of 8. So he hasn't played a game without Keenan Allen this year, I don't believe, but in out of the last 8, he's covered this 6 times. I expect a ton of usage for Eckler tonight. Last week, there were talks about them playing more of their backup running backs, and they were so bad. Eckler played 72% of the snaps, which was his highest snap share on the season, actually. So, um, and for what it's worth, Austin Eckler is a huge guy for the fantasy community. And guess what? It's week 1 of the fantasy football playoffs today, and he has gone on record this season saying that he has himself on his fantasy team. So you already know he's gonna be going out
This
for
man is,
the fantasy football playoffs today. So and
yeah, you gotta love it, man. Eckler for the community.
yeah, so I can see a bunch of dump off passes to Eckler tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he catches over 5 balls. I know he's favored under 4.5 receptions, which I thought was kind of weird. But I mean, still, like he could cover 31.5 receiving yards on just 4 catches. But I think he gets more than that. He's gonna be featured. I was really wanting his fantasy score
Yeah.
because I think he scores a touchdown tonight, but Prizepicks isn't giving it to us. Um, but 31.5 receiving yards, I love it. So
Yeah, I'm with that one as well. I was going to take that one had you not, because I do always. It's kind of always you always love Eckler and his spots, and he's the one for the community, so you can't hate there. But next, I'm going to go grab Easton Stick. We've got Quentin Johnson in the stack. We've got Eckler in the stack, and I'm going to grab Easton Stick. I think last week they have shown they will let him throw the football through 24 times last game, and about 50% of the snaps or something like that is what he got. So they're willing to let him throw it. He's actually a pretty solid quarterback, but being his first NFL start, obviously is going to cause concern for some people. Doesn't really bother me all that much with this defense. So I'm good with both of his lines. There's 2 lines. I can't make a great decision currently. I do like a little bit of both. I like his 189.5 passing yards. We talked about this a little before, and then I like his passing completion. So only 50% of the snaps last week. I think this tends to be too low of a line for really both of them. Completed 13 passes in that time. It's just the Raiders, they give up a pretty high completion percentage, so I kind of lean towards the passing completions. But do like the yards as well, so I don't think you can go wrong with either one of those. Just, I guess, is a personal preference, but I think I'm gonna probably stick with the completions. I think
okay.
there's a little bit higher on the optimizer. Got a little bit better odds for the completions. So I'm gonna take the 18.5 completions for Easton Stick.
Yeah, I like them both too. And somebody actually, I figured we were gonna go to, or I knew we were gonna go to stick, especially playing 2 Chargers, receiving weapons. So it just makes sense in the correlation to do it. Somebody brought up sticks 200 and our guy Don Hefe stick 224 yards for the little demon thing,
Oh
for the
boy.
payout boost. I know most of these are scams, but I mean, 224 giving some extra payout boost, it might be something to look um, at the end of your slip. But
Can't be me.
no,
Yeah, and so his passing completions are minus 145 on the books. So it's a really good play in terms of
yeah,
Vegas.
exactly. It'll get bumped to 19. And then somebody asked about, uh, let me find it again. Luke, he said, if you think Eckler's getting into the end zone, do you like the rushing and receiving touchdown payout boost? I think it's solid. A lot of these demon and goblin plays, the payout isn't as good as it should be for it because you can get the 224 pass yards at a better payout actually on like chalkboard. Um, So you just got. That's the only thing that I don't really like about these Demon and Goblin plays. So that makes me a little worrisome. I want Eckler's fantasy score to drop later because when I think a player is going to score a touchdown, I love taking fantasy score, just as a little safety blanket. So that's my thoughts on that. I think it's fine to take it. And then we also, our man Jose, also Chapino, he's dropping a little prop. He asked about Gobert's points and rebounds today. He says he owns the Mavs. So I don't know if we want to include that or not. I'm all about Jose.
Yeah. I'll look that one up while you talk on the next one.
All right, perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to. It's probably my favorite prop. It was Khalil Mack over .75 sacks, but they've removed that and they comboed it with Max Crosby at 1.75 sacks. And I think I love it just as much, honestly, as I do Khalil Mack's .75. Either of these guys can go get 2 sacks tonight. I think they both get at least one. They're both heavily favored to record a sack. It's like minus 155 each for each of them, so it's really good juice. In Aiden O'Connell's very first game that he started this season, Khalil Mack sacked him in that game 6 times, which is insane. I mean, 6 sacks in one game is ridiculous. Aiden O'Connell has been sacked 17 times in his 6 starts. So, I mean, they are just getting shredded by good pass rushes. Also, going in Khalil Mack's favor tonight, Colton Miller's out on the Raiders' offensive line. So, I mean, it just makes it even easier for that Chargers pass rush, especially Khalil Mack. Max Crosby, we all know he's a sack machine. He's good for at least 1 sack. I think he had 2 sacks against the Justin Herbert and the Chargers when they played earlier this year. So, I think 1.75 is too low. I absolutely love this line. So, and I think Tyler, you said you were liking it too, or at least the Khalil Mack sack. So,
Yeah, that's another one that was really good for us. I mean, I really like this Gobert play that Chapino brought up.
Is it looking pretty good?
Yeah, you look at the game log first. It's just game log watching, obviously, but you look at it against the Mavericks. He's at 35. This is the end of last year in February, but 35, 34, 25, 31, 21, 29, 29, 49. Like the dude just kind of picks them apart for the most part. And some of those games where he missed, they're 25 minutes, and he's not getting his full time on those games. But you look at the Mavericks, and Derek Lively's just kind of getting ate up right now. He's not anything that is going to be ready to go at this level currently. So he's just kind of being lit up. Anthony Davis dropped a ton. Jaren Jackson Jr. absolutely demolished them inside. Even you go back and look at the Trailblazers, and they don't even have a center. And like Trenton Kamara got almost 23 PR on them. It's just people are just tearing them up inside, and his Lively's just not ready to guard currently.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Dallas is giving up a ton of points and rebounds just as a team whole. And then you look at it, centers like Gobert should have a day against them. I'm interested. It looks like.
1 second, Zach.
Oh, you're good. I'll talk. Looks like Gobert is also favored over on DraftKings and at 27.5 on a lot of books. Let me look that up somewhere else just to kind of make sure. But our guy Jose, he's always spot on in these calls. So yeah, he's favored over 26.5 on every single one of these books. He's even 27.5 on FanDuel. I love it. I think we're gonna probably include that in the slip. So let me go ahead and put that in there. 26.5 points and rebounds. So that's 5 of them. I can't remember what Tyler said his third one is going to be, but I know I like Aiden O'Connell. Probably should have something on the other side. Oh, so, all right. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good now.
So I think we include Rudy Gobert's points and rebounds in there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's 5. I don't know. I can't remember what your third one was. I like Aiden O'Connell's pass yards. I feel like we should have something on the Raiders side, but I mean we don't have to. We could just go
Yeah.
stream.
I mean, I had I had the stick one, Quentin Johnson, and then obviously Rudy Gobert can go to either one of us.
Yeah, Jose. That's Jose's lock.
Yeah, I like it as well. I mean, just looking at everything, it's really good.
um.
And
So
you had two, and you want to include you do. We should probably include Aiden O'Connell. I think he probably does fine.
yeah, I mean he had. So he's gone over this in 4 or 6 starts this year. One of his games he didn't go over, but he only played after Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt. He actually made his first start of the year against the Chargers, or his first start of his career against the Chargers this year, and he had 238 yards against them then, and he got sacked 7 times.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
I mean he's getting tackled and hurried the entire game. He still had 238 yards. The Chargers have one of the worst passing defenses in the league. They've given up a ton of yards. I know the Raiders, like Josh Jacobs, he's banged up, so that could lead to less reliable rushing production and having to
Yep.
rely on the pass even more. So I've already played Aiden O'Connell today at 193 pass yards. He's at 195.5 now. I'm not worried
Yeah,
about the bump. So
no, bump's nothing. Like this, he's hitting 200. It's just weird. I mean, the Jets are a good defense. He threw for 153. That's understandable.
yep.
But last week in Minnesota made no sense. They threw for 171 yards on 21 completions. I don't get that line much. Was the weather horrifying?
No,
It
dude,
just can't. It's
it
just
was
Vegas. Like,
it was perfect. It was in Minnesota, I believe, which is
no,
in a
it was
dome.
it was no, it was at Vegas, but still.
But it's also in a dome, right? Or maybe they have the retractable roof. Anyways, Vegas, the weather's always good. The weather was
Right.
perfect. I don't understand what was going on in that game. Neither team
Me
could
too.
move the ball.
It's 3-0. I mean, he completed 66% of his passes. Like, you expect a guy who completing that many and throwing it 32 times, like, you expect that to go over. That's just a fluke of a performance. And I think that might have helped us keep that line a little bit lower. I feel like this should be probably a little bit higher.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting 195 pass yards against a Chargers defense who
Yeah.
has given up almost the most pass yards in the league. I mean, almost everybody has gone over 200. Everybody has gone over 200 passing yards against the Chargers except for Bailey Zappi. Doesn't count. He's not an NFL quarterback. And Lamar Jackson, who had 177 against them.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, I don't know why they lost 10-20. So I guess maybe I don't know what happened there. But you get that out of Lamar Jackson sometimes. He just doesn't.
Yeah, they don't need to throw it or they don't want to throw it. It's just, it is weird. Like, they just kind of do whatever they want and run it a ton in one game, throw it a ton out. They just kind of do whatever they feel like.
And like, I mean, most of these quarterbacks are going way over 200 passing yards against them too. Like, the lowest that's went over 200 is at 224, and that was last week with Russell Wilson. So like, I love the Aiden O'Connell line.
Yeah, it looks good. They ran the ball 35 times against the Chargers.
Wow.
He only threw it 32 times. So he just didn't throw it a ton, honestly. I mean,
So
an weird game.
that's 6 right there. I mean, there's a lot I'm loving today, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll that 6 out?
Yeah, I
You're on
think
the screen right now.
that's I think that's probably the right 6. I think it's got the NBA plays that I really like. Got all the NFL plays in there, kind of a little stack. So yeah, I think that's going to be the play. I think it's a good play.
All
I think
right.
it's one that should be fine.
So
Should be really good.
what we're gonna lock in, Chipino or Jose in chat. He gave us Rudy Gobert's points and rebounds. Absolutely loving that. He should be good for at least 30 against the Mavericks, and that's our only NBA play, I believe. And then we're gonna go Quentin Johnson, receiving yards. Then we got Austin Eckler receiving yards, and we're pairing that with Easton Stick's completions. Found it. There we go. So we got that side of the game correlated, and then Aiden O'Connell on the other side of the ball. We're running that with his pass yards, and we're also doing Crosby and Khalil Mack sack props, which I think sack props are undefeated on stream. I'm not 100% sure, but we've only mentioned like 3 or 4 of them, and I'm pretty sure they've all cashed for us. So
I believe that's accurate. I know we started 1-1. I can't remember if we missed one and then hit one or two in a row, but I know we were pretty dead gum close to undefeated on those. And of course, my prospects has been bugging all day, so I have not been able to submit a six pick
That's
in the first 8 tries. So it took me 12 tries on the first one I submitted. So I don't know.
that's rough.
I even tried to send you the link because I was just trying to be a nice guy for the first time, but it's just not working.
Bryson asked, 3 sacks taken for Aiden O'Connell solid? I think so. He said the line is 2.5, so I
Yeah, it's
wouldn't be
actually a
surprised if he
pretty
gets
going
sacked
too.
3 times at all. I mean, he averages that. So,
Yeah, that's
um,
another good one. And then I liked earlier we were talking about it. I was going to use it if Trevino didn't come in with the Gobert heat, but I was going to go Nick Claxton's points and rebounds against Jokic, which is a little scary. But he's just kind of done very well against the Nuggets and against Jokic. So I think as 18.5 earlier, I don't know if it got bumped or not. I haven't gone back and
let's see.
looked,
It was
but it
on.
was one that I really liked.
Yeah,
So
I like it too.
I
Let's see
bet it
if it
got bumped.
has. No, it's still at 18.5, so I think it's a good one to
Yep.
take. I mean, there's some solid plays actually out
Yeah,
there.
it's actually not the worst slate I've ever seen. Like it's got some decent value. And you're gonna want if you're gonna want to take that Claxon, it's at -158 on FanDuel, -130 on a lot of the other
It'll
ones. It's
get
gonna
bumped.
bump. Yeah, it's gonna bump to 19 here
You
soon.
could
So
pair it with that Dante Exum's points and rebounds.
yeah, the Dante Exum points and rebounds is good too.
I mean, he's been
It
playing
seems like
playing good minutes, so
and it seems like the Mavs are still gonna be pretty depleted tonight.
oh yeah, they definitely will
Possibility
be.
that possibility that like 4 or 5 of them are ruled out.
Yeah, I love that, dude. Too. Eckler rushing touchdown. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I would take rushing and receiving touchdown. I don't know. Thoughts on demons and goblins? I haven't looked at it a lot, but I've seen several people posting about it. Apparently, like the payouts are just shit, like compared to what they should be. So Prizepicks is just taking advantage of everybody because
They're
everybody's going
prospects.
to use their app anyway. They have a monopoly, like they're king in the DFS betting world. So I would just shop around. Like if you have the capability of playing like on a good sports book that you can get those lines at, they're probably going to be better payout. If you don't, look at Chalkboard also because there's a good chance Chalkboard is legal where you are, and they have alternate lines too. And the payout's going to be better on Chalkboard, at least right now, than what PrizePicks is offering. So
Yep.
our guy Jose's trying to cook another NBA slip with us right here.
It's
We
like
need
a
to get him
full
on.
one. Yeah, we're gonna have to get him on Flex Friday.
Yeah, because he brought up Kawhi's rebounds and assists. I haven't looked that up yet.
I haven't either. He's got a
Stress
ton of them.
rebounds. Stress rebounds has been kind of a wagon prop too.
Dude,
So.
Stress has been a wagon. He has. Like, I've kind of secretly been playing him. I haven't put him in any of the slips I've released, but I've been secretly playing Stress as rebounds and assists some nights. Just kind of depends on the night.
Yeah. No, he's been killing it this year for sure. But yeah, that's our slip that we're having for stream. I think that's it. Unless anybody has some questions, we're probably gonna get out of here. Appreciate you guys hopping in here. Make sure you like and that you're subbed as well. We'll be pumping out tons of streams. So big game for the Thunder tonight, yes sir. The Thunder are rolling, dude.
Under up.
Tyler and I, yeah, we all haven't seen us since we went to watch the Thunder play Luca in
Yeah, we
Dallas.
did.
Was that last week or 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago?
last weekend. Yeah, last weekend.
Last weekend, and we were pumped until the Mavericks went on a 30-0 run in the fourth quarter,
That was
and
wild.
everybody in the arena was standing up around us, and like they were super happy. And me and Tyler were we were nervous, but it was cool. We got to see Luca drop a massive triple double. It was what do you have like 40, 18, and 16 or something crazy
Yeah,
like that.
it was wild, man. Like, that dude went off. I mean, he just absolutely went off. And that was fun to watch. I mean, you don't want to be on the wrong side of a 30-0 run, but the arena was freaking
It
jumping
was.
at that point. It was cool. Like, it was really cool to be a part of that comeback, just kind of see Luca and pretty much most of the Mavs at that point just not missing. and the
It was,
Thunder just couldn't get going. But
yeah.
we came back and we got the dub, so that was really all that matters. Just get to see a non-blowout game, a crazy run. Get to see SGA, get to see some Chet action. It was cool.
Get
It
to
was
see our
really fun.
Arkansas boys,
Yeah,
Isaiah
man.
Joe and Jalen Williams. So
It was a great time.
Denise asked me why have I abandoned Luca first half. I don't know. He's been a wagon since becoming a dad, especially. I'm worried about tonight against Minnesota though, because last year against Minnesota he didn't hit against them, and Minnesota's defense is pretty good. So I know it's Luca. I'm just worried they kind of double team him and force him to pass and force other people, because I mean they're so depleted tonight. Why would they not double Luca and make somebody else beat them? So that's my only concern with Luca tonight.
That's
Jaheim
why I took his assist.
Jaheim is locked in because he needs to take his girl on a dinner date. So we need us to cash for him so he can take her somewhere nice.
Come on, boys, do it for Jaheim. Do it for the chat. But we need Jaheim to get his girl a nice dinner tonight.
I see Justin asked about chalkboard on Android. I asked, I think it was like a month ago, and I got a rough like time around Christmas. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be. So they're working on it apparently. I'm ready for them to get on Android because there's a lot of people itching to get on it. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what they were saying. I think they're still probably on the same timeline. So
I didn't realize, is Ant-Man for sure out, Jose?
yeah, I don't think he's playing at all. I'm pretty sure he's already confirmed out.
It's just questionable right now. But he's probably gonna be out. Yeah, that even helps Rudy Gobert's points and rebounds even more
Yeah.
that we already took. So all right. Well, we're gonna get out of here, guys. Let's hit this 25x tonight. We're so close on Monday. Maybe we can pull through on Thursday, on tonight. So let's get this money, and we will see you guys on the next one. Probably, I think tomorrow.
Yep. Yep. We're gonna do a Flex Friday stream tomorrow.
Hoping to do a Flex Friday stream. Maybe we'll get Jose on there. We'll text him and see if he's busy. I'd love to get Jose on the Flex Friday stream. So, all right, we will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.